Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Let's get ready to go and take the first week of May in today's weekly challenges on Gran Turismo 7. It's a May day for having a good race. To take a paid day, we'll be doing some 5 events. We'll be separated into 3 usual and 2 new events as well. Here we have the Japanese FR Challenge 450 at Tokyo Expressway central clockwise for race number 1, and for having race number 2 and 3, Trail Mountain Circuit reverse direction for the American FR Challenge 550 Lamborghini Urus 1-make category to take the snow at Lake Louise Long Track. For the penultimate in race number 4 is the race of turbo sports car is going to be take place at Suzuka Circuit, and going on racing in number 5 is the World Touring Car 800 at Autodrome Lago Maggiore Circuit in the Grand Prix layout. There's going to be having some 3 kinds of credit ticket to go by a 500,000, 200,000, and 100,000 Gran Turismo credit equals for the grand total of 800,000 Gran Turismo credit. Better get ready, folks. Grab your favorite cars and have the Chevrolet Chevelle SS will be ready up and take on with some flight events for the start of the new month. As always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos in the later future. Let's get ready to go and start for today's weekly challenges. Let's begin. Last week from April, since we just been participate at Osage Village in the Japanese Clubman Cup 550 to see some few other Japanese road car, including the Afila Prototype 2024 is going well, smooth pave, and 100% electric vehicle is about to go all in for having one of the 3 events since the latest update. In this segment, there's going to be having 1 event to go on the Japanese FR Challenge 450 to be racing at the central clockwise at Tokyo Expressway. First car as I'm about to be choosing is the 2021 Subaru BRZ-S with a dispenser can fan art livery, Ali. You know about Ali, she's a gamer girl before being competed in Season 2 and All-Stars to have a different look, and putting up to have the first ever variation design for myself for a DreamArt livery style dispenser. However, for every dispenser camp characters to be participate in All-Stars, we'll be going additional to have a new set of a livery variation. That's why my plan is I'll have to wait later on and get this event to be starting out to have the 8th position. We'll be on the get-go and do the first level. We'll be ready up. Feel the dropping of a dispenser camp fan art livery represent the gamer girl herself. But this livery is all about to have a style of Nintendo related with decals in it. So I'm up and just have to go piece of cake and make sure to have the first turn to come around onto the right turn. Got to keep a good maintained pace and wait for the opening before approaches on turn number 2. Less braking and moving on to the 5th position. We've done this so far and go well expertise. Okay, there's the FC RX-7 on the 4th. Toyota 86 GT 2015 is on the 3rd. 88.6 on the 2nd. And the Sylvia S13 on the 1st before Kevelham is on the lead. Heads up, GT players. 1 dispenser camp fan art livery represent Ali is in the lead. I bet our darts is going to have to watch this part. Is going to be much more enjoyable to be represent as an OC character. But with all due respect, this livery is all about the dispenser camp characters is having some different characteristics and personalities on other cars. That's why DreamArt livery style dispenser is having some different ways and all about diversity. First lap is going to be a very much more enjoyable to have a piece of cake until the final lap on number 2. Got to slow down, nice and neat, and keep that line to go motion and basic by the novice. Faster lap time in 1 minute, 38.280 seconds is doing well and clean on the clock. It's about to go nighttime. Headlights turn on and embrace it like playing Tokyo Extreme Racer. It's going way increased the distance. Keppelham just actually tried to keep up along with some other racers to stay on the grid. The temperature is going to be much more cooling up and make it a bit warmer. Next sector on the way. Got to control the balance and control the turns is the key of crucial to go by applied on the main basic. Okay, that's a good smooth deceleration. Climbing up to have exactly in the speed of 105 miles per hour to go kick it up in the mid-gear. Almost there at the last turn. It's early nighttime and just have to be patient until the fireworks will be going earlier to be expected by the call. Final stretch and clear the podium. First check mark is done and complete. Only 4 more to go. Want the suspension cam fender livery to have the same kind of a model just like the Toyota GR86 RC with test in it. The BRCS is a very good type of the Subaru roll car with the same model with alley in it. Kinda say because the number 2 is very much more indeed to have a placement just like her tattoo from the last season, and All-Stars as well. But the total time that I just took is 3 minutes, 8.151 seconds, faster lap time on lap number 2, 1 minute, 29.871 seconds. So I just got myself to go level up, 1 event check, and 15,000 GT credits to go earn by the double. New day awaits, and 100,000 GT credit to go for the credit ticket is now being applied and saved. And for the replay, just had to go by capture thumbnail image to go zoom in, and there you go. A bit blurry, but I can take it, and that's how it goes. Okay, that's 1 down with a thumbnail image for a single dispenser can fan art livery before moving on in race number 2. Kinda say, it's all about to have some different challenges for myself before the start of the month, and first week is about to go ready up and do the usual part. But new events will have to be away for race number 2 in American FR Challenge 550 at Trail Mountain Circuit reverse direction. Time to grab my Corvette C2 Stingray without an engine swap and have a UDRS Insportec livery to go for classic number 2. I'm always be born to be classic muscle car and proud American road car to have a good place in the Sierra Mountains at the state of California. Just like my very good best Corvette like the C6 and C7 CR1 and other kinds of American vehicles like the Dodge Viper GTS, Ford Mustang, and other kinds of American vehicles to go on the road car or professional tune car whenever you like to be going on the FR layout. So here is Jeopardy, which is considered to be brand new for only 1 tip. I'm Trent Jeopardy from Canada. This Chevrolet Chevelle SS 454 is an American muscle car masterpiece. I just know I can count on this mighty V8 engine. Nothing compares to it in terms of the sound or speed. It sure does, Jeopardy. The Chevelle SS is a different kind of a muscle car that has a good potential V8 engine and the size of a chassis. I'll be your challenger and get ready up to go on the 10th position to myself, and then you'll have to do the rest whenever I have to catch up to you. Let's call it for having a fair race and having a fair muscle car challenge to go ready to go on the reverse direction. Okay, the first turn is all in. Got to go nice and neat. my C2 Corvette will be going pump up and give it more 4-speed transmission to be applied and go on the standard adjustment. Alright, that's a 4th gear. Here comes the 13th turn opposite direction, just like you're about to be racing in the Trial Mountain Cup. Got to catch up to the 4th Sierra. He's on the 9th position. Got to keep it nice and neat. Overtake. Now go pass on Nicholas Rubiller in the Dodge Challenger. The smoother as it goes, the line will keep it much more trackable when muscle cars comes around. Okay, Jeffrey is on the 5th position. I see him right now, along with Takuma Sasaki in the 2015 Ford Mustang GT. He's on the Chevelle SS. He's about to catch up to Adriano Carrasa before coming out on the tunnel. Okay, good opening and passing on to go enter in the 5th position by 4 more American cars to go. It's only down to 14 seconds while Daniel Solis in the Dodge Viper GTS is in the lead. But not to mention, I bet he is driving on a Shelby Cobra that I'm very sure of it will be my main guess. Okay, there we go. Just coming out from the 3rd tunnel and make that turn onto the final sector to be moving on in lap number 2. There's Speed Batter in the Ford Mustang Mach 1. Keep it nice and neat. Sit back and go acceleration on the 5th gear to go extra. 2 minutes, 20.948 seconds before proceed on lap number 2. I still got this, you guys, but we still got a lot of good parts adjusted, installed, and make it going stronger. But I wonder how the Lamborghini Urus is going to be a very good time to go on the snow at Lake Louise long course to have the dirt event is going to be a very good top effort out there after the Fisherman's French for having the first ever debut. But we just already did for the first time ever, and we're about to go for the 2nd time to have the Urus will be facing up and racing on the snow. That's why I'm about to be having one good UDRS Inspirtech livery to be well prepared and go settle by the debut to be on the main sneak peek. So in about 6.2 seconds to Daniel Solis. Coming up on the long straightaway on number 2. Catch up to good pace and be on the usual lookout if the Dodge Viper GTS or the Shelby Cobra. Alright, there we go. Now gonna have to go right onto the next turn. Opposite direction and attractive. Ah, I see him. He's on the Dodge Viper GTS. Clever as usual from the other events, including Trial Mountain Circuit. Got to slow down. It's already in on Sector 3. Just had to go for my Corvette C2 and beat the Dodge Viper, just like Gran Turismo 1 in arcade mode. Heads up, Daniel Solis. One UDRS Inspirtech coming up on 2nd place before the final lap is about to begin. Got to hold it steady. Got the first turn. Radar switch, then turn 2. Excellent. First place on the roll and climbing up onto the 13 at turn 3. Got to remember the corners, you guys, just like the forward direction, and it's gonna have to do some matter of practices and do some usual ways to be prior to the GTWS season. But I heard that the Nations Cup is still going in progress by proceeding on race number 6 at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps by using 2 versions on the Red Bull X 2019 competition with standard version or the 25th anniversary. But it's going to be specifically to be classed as a courtesy car event. But no livery allowed because it's all about the season of the online qualifiers is still underway. Okay, the faster lap time I just took a second ago by recently in 2 minutes, 15.844 seconds. Just only one more lap, and the new record is going to be all set. We'll be doing all good. Got a good gap distance in 3.6 seconds, and going in onto the final sector at number 3. Slow it down. Got to keep a good counter steering to avoid taking too much oversteer. Going on to the 14, and for the 15, we'll do the last to have that good line of the apex to go for the full stretch. Time's ticking, and that will be doing applied record to go for a standard run. But there you go, folks. Race number 2 and green check mark is now being received by 3 more to go. Thank goodness for my C2 Corvette. Always have to go old-fashioned with a different unique tire to go for a trim of white wall. But here I am, folks. Love to be amazed by under 7 minutes in 6 minutes, 53.483 seconds. Just as much effort to be enjoyable between Chevy versus Dodge in every Gran Turismo games from GT1 to GT7. Still got a main rivalry and always have to go racing up as an adversary. 84,000 GT credits, clean race bonus, and double up the prize money in 50%. That's 10.4 miles, adding up by 7.4 is now currently to be equal by the total. Now for the captured thumbnail image on number 2, I'll have to be preferred to go in the middle of sector 1, 2, or 3. Maybe just have to go around on sector 2, which is very more suitable for a different scene of the environment. The rest of the American muscle cars is doing well to enjoy. Just have to go zoom in. A bit blurry. Now just have to go preferred inside the tunnel. Okay, there you go. Just one image with the headlights shows up by coming out at the 3rd tunnel. Brilliant good, and just what I need. Okay. As race number 2 at the Trial Mountain Circuit for the American FR Challenge 550 is done. Let's go up north to Canada for race number 3 at Lake Louise Long Course to get yourself prepared for the Lamborghini Urus for having a 1-make category. Feast your eyes on this one, viewers. This will be doing one brand new UDRS Inspirtech livery on the same Urus. 2018 is about to go 454 to be Element to be driving on the snow for race number 2 for only a single special event. Just like from race number 1 at Fisherman's Ranch to go experience on the dirt. Now it's on the snow, and that will have to take one good usable tire types to be purchasing on the snow compound tires, which is indeed to be exactly to be recommend and go on the race shop before entered when competing on the 1-make category. As ever said before, for having an element of off-roading racing, in order to do this part of the course, you have to keep it much more careful when you're racing on the snow, just like you're about to be characteristic as a Group B rally car. It will be helpful but all you have to keep a good extra careful when going apply on the turns and corners with a series of elevation. Just to let you guys know, I'm just have to get myself prepared and go for a brand new challenge. The gang's all here and putting up to have the same eras with different color scheme, including myself. We'll have to take the 12th position to be ready up and go harder to be racing on the snow. Here comes the second event for the Lamborghini Urus in the 1-minute category. Up I go and face the snow terrain to go heavy. The first turn is going to be a bit more crucial to have the inside to avoid taking too much outside on the power slide drift. Got to make it more stronger, anti-lag system to give it feedback and will respond. Okay, that's the ticket. Got to go climbing up and be on a hard push to be moving on in 10. Sector 1 clear. Going in on Sector 2, we'll be going wide open to have that corner is right over here. Just take second gear to make it slow and going wide open to be shorter and tight turns to be proceed on the left. But the contact could be possible, so the radar will always have to keep it monitored. Okay, it's all clear. Just have the third sector to stay focused and 10 seconds remaining on the gap. But if possible, you might need to have the high turbocharged RPM to get there and make it more tougher to go climbing up in the first position will be doing more helpful. But claiming the objective to go in first place is very much more important for this special event. 454 SUV on the snow is very more challenging and characteristic to be driving as a Group B rally car. Okay, I'm in the slipstream and go straight away by finishing up in the first lap, then enter lap number 2 with a record in 1 minute 51.8 seconds. Okay, it's all clear by passing Isuji. Now the other 3 to go by the 4th through the 6th. Just have to stay on the 4th gear to come around and brake carefully to go extreme exercise caution. Okay, Wilson is getting closer to Busnelli. Side by side kicks in by sector 2. I'll have to go right in and embrace it to go for the UDRS spirit of snow racing. Okay, sometimes a bit more contested, turns a bit struggle. Okay, 5th place and still coming in by having a struggle of a tight turns side by side. Okay, now gonna have to catch up to the 4th position driver in the same Urus in a different purple color scheme. 3rd sector coming back in. Only down to 5.4 seconds remaining. Okay, going by short commit. Have the first turn on the S in the left and the right turn. Make it exit and just have to go straight forward to be applied on the RPM. Here comes the final lap. Waikoraka is in the lead, followed by Estevez and Pessoa. So all I have to do is gonna have to take that good minimum requirement to go in first place as the key of objective. This race and the snow condition is going to be a bit more challenging to go by extreme 454 measures. Okay, Pessoa overtake. Now for Estevez. Got to go watch my pace. Be a reminder on sector 2. Come on, just have to go slow down and make it fast and hard. Filling up for a snow icy terrain. Oof. Okay, good and clever overtake that need to do some decent work. Now provide Kodaka in first place. Final sector, this is it. I could do this all day and practice well. Oof, okay. Talk about having a little bit more tough times to be riding on the snow is characteristic of the skill. We just really need to get practice some more on the Urus. Okay, final push. This is it, and give it a final stretch. Sometimes it gets a little bit more messy and always have to drive careful when you're on the snow. But in the end, first place is now cleared and check mark on the dirt is received. Man, that was a tough snow racing experience for the Lamborghini Urus viewers. But next time, always have to clean well and just have to be very much more careful to be around in 5 minutes, 37 seconds for the decimal of 0.366 and the first lap I just took recently in 1 minute, 51.008 seconds. That's only one attempt is doing and 50,000 GT credits to go claimed by standard. But the new day awaits, and May 4th is going to be Star Wars Day. Well, it's about time to have the third day is now being finished from Friday, because Saturday is going to be the May 4th is the Star Wars celebration before Cinco de Mayo is going to be on Sunday. But after all, because my Friday is just yet to be finishing up and already done, and I'll have to do this by early start. Now for the replay to have a good look and see how it turns out to be a bit more competent and 4x4 challenging to go intense. But I'm always had to be believing in myself whenever I had to go with some challenges and racing to be mastered with the Urus. But I'll have to move on and just had to do well before proceed in Race a Turbo Sports Car for race number 4 as a penultimate at Suzuka Circuit. But not to mention, folks, as I remember back then to be trying out to go and use the Subaru BRZ-S 2021 with the Spencer Camp livery alley in it. The Toyota GR86 RC might be a very good recommend pick to have the same kind of a chassis with a different Japanese manufacturer brand. But I'll have to go for the 2021 Toyota GR86 RC with Tess. But very good to be styled in base black and orange trim to have a good role of a character for a social girl. But the settings is now being applied to go by Sports Stop and make it Racing Soft. But don't worry, the PP requirements must be exactly in 700 or less. We'll be doing more helpful and give it more extreme adjusted to see how it goes for only one racing compound tires to be on the lookout on weather condition to be on the rain. But speaking of which, I just really need to be well prepared to have the racing intermediate tires. We'll be doing just a different character element just like last time when I was using the KTM Expo R with the UTRS Inspirtec livery. But I'll have to give it a go and make it the same pattern of the idea. Just 1 second, folks. Just grab the intermediate, calculate performance, and just have to come back again before entered on the penultimate racing stage. But before that, I'm just had to go by weather condition of change to see how it turns out to have a comfortable effect whenever I had to be using on racing soft compound tires to go adjusted and make it much more safer in 632.81 performance point. Got to go review and calculate performance by adding up with the racing intercooler. I guess it will have to work and just have to find out and be on the lookout for weather condition on the rain. So So let's do this on race number 4 by the penultimate and go road car only. First turn is now coming in by number 1 and 2. Got to stay behind on Ryota Kokubun in the RE Amira FD3S RX-7. Just had to go by a social and competent motion, just like Ellie in the Subaru BRZ-S 2021. But the Toyota GR86 RC is a different kind of a dispenser cam fan art livery, with Test is a very good kind of a variation as a Season 2 version. But not to mention because the third season in All-Stars might have a very good, excellent different appearances to give it a redesign. I'll have to put this one onto my list and add it by an All-Stars variation. So there you go. Go by double overtake on Igor Fraka and Kimura. Just don't forget on P. Leonor on the R33 Skyline around at turn 11 hairpin. Alright, there we go. Just have to go around on turn 12 before arriving at the spoon curve. Okay, there's position number 9 and 10 at Takuma Minasono and T. Yamanaka in a Subaru WRX STI Type S and Toyota GR Supra 2021. But probably, despite of the year model, only one GR Supra might give us some different versions and updated. So coming out at the out and out, just had to go feel the social and feel like a good one single road car. Okay, that was a close call, and have the exit on the Castillo Triangle. Still have 16 seconds to go remaining. Just have to be on the lookout for the faster lap time before entered on lap number 2. Okay, there's the first turn. Going back on number 1 and 2. Just have to catch up and stay focused on Mikhail Hisal on position number 8 in the Subaru Impreza. Okay, Rodriguez is slowing down. Just have to go deaccelerate carefully and go embrace it to have a counter steering in the FR layout. Okay, there's Arthur Masso in the Toyota GR Colora Morizo Edition. Just like having the same car with a suspension cam fan art livery of Ellie in it, just like Test with the same kind of a road car with different version is now actually to have the GR86 RC. But the title as a Gazoo Racing is embrace it to have some sports car and hatchback altogether to have some similarities with different expertise to have some different characteristic for only 2 of the dispenser cam fan art liveries in one Toyota brand. But after all, I just still mentioned about the latest episode from the Space Theme when Gabby just feeling upset about Ellie's elimination was been set up and have some victory cheer for Aiden, Tom, and, well, being neutral for Tess. Well, I kind of said, I just really gonna have to be watching it again repeatedly and explain how it works. Okay, gonna have to stay focused and just have to go around in 8.3 seconds to catch up to Arthur Masso. Going out on sector 4, no sign of rain, still good, and the racing compound tires will stay on the grip in one piece. There's Kai D. Berlin for having a faster lap time in 2 minutes, 26.328 seconds. Halfway there on the third lap, and I'm still being concerned about the rain condition will go hit hard and affected of the racing tires. Just have to go dive in. go back onto the consecutive S turns and let Giorgio Mangalo to go around on the Land Evo 6. Okay, good opening to have it outside. Just let it deaccelerate, overtake, and proceed forward back on Sector 2 around onto the Dunlop curve. Faster lap time at claim in 2 minutes, 23.113 seconds. Only 6.3 seconds to go to catch up to Kai de Berlin, and I see him right now on the Maserati MC20 2020. That's how I'm about to go there, and he is going up to be increased for the peak of the adjusted speed. Well, maybe I'll have to go and do the third-person view and have a good look at my livery. Just as efforts to be appearances to have the same chassis for only one GR86 RC and BRCS. But I bet you guys have really enjoyed for having a participation at the same track for the first round of Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup. But I still won't be here, but I still have plenty of unfinished work that might need to be taken care of to have some full walkthrough that I just never been there for a while since a few weeks ago. Talk about having some main errands and do some long time of progress to go over my development. I still got a lot more ways to go and have some few other challenges awaits for me. So it's almost there in about 0.9 seconds to catch up to Kai de Berlin. Him and his Maserati MC20 always born together as a team. But don't worry, I bet only one dispenser camp fan who really is a supporter of Tess. Maybe like Royal Prince is a good fan of Tess, whoever just made that good greeting video of her, but well, he is very much more proud dispenser camp fan, just like everybody else who really like their favorite characters. But don't worry, because I'm just really gonna have to be in it, race it, and represent the car and the character itself as I created my own fan art livery. But very much more obvious to see the similarity when taking on with Alec with the same kind of a car in an MC20. But talk about having some good characteristic and multi-class to go right up ahead. But speak of the lookout, there might be some light chance of rain coming around to have this spot. Come on, just have to keep pushing. First place is all I need. Just have to go commit. Turn 11, always going contested. Come on, just have to go and proceed back to the spoon curve. Okay, there's that good opening. Gonna struggle it, and yes! Overtake Kai de Berlin's Maserati MC20 2020. One dispenser camp fan art livery in the lead to go defense. Okay, looks like time to go right in and do the final sector. Off I go to be entered onto the final lap. But it's not yet over until finishing up onto the fort. We'll have to get it on the risk. But I can hardly feel it because may the fort be with me. We'll have to get this video segment will be done as well. So I'll have to keep a good watchful eye on the gap and just have to go back and make that first corner to be around on turn 1 and 2. Latest update on the faster lap time in 2 minutes, 18.163 seconds. Still around, and yet possibility to have a few other percentage is now being spotted on a light chance of rain. Just the only 3-second gap distance is all I need, but better yet, and just have to keep a good, well spirit for a social girl like Tess from Dispenser Camp. Because I'm just gonna have to do this for any fans and just have a good look for the livery before approaches after the spoon curve. But maybe unless I'll just have to go right onto the hairpin on the inside to have a good look. I'll have to use the camera to go on view of the action. Okay, Kai T. Berlin is coming back. He is breaking up my gap distance in 3 seconds to go regain recovery. Just have to slow down and go around to have that rotational view. See? I'm just have to go rotational to go for the half view and just have to go right over there before approaches to be on the exit. Okay, almost there. Final turn at the Catskill Triangle will take the final spot. Watch that checker flag, and cleared. Yes sirree, and first place is in the can. 4 checkmark is now being done by 1 more to go, and it's up to the World Touring Car 800 at Autodrome Lago Maggiore Circuit in the full course. Just brilliant, wonderful, and GR86RC is the tier of contender by facing the Maserati MC20. Total time is 11 minutes, 34.358 seconds, and new record to be set on lap number 5, 2 minutes, 15.213 seconds. Well, despite of that, I know I'm just... never mind that.